Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Wednesday, April 5th.
Shame on you.
Okay.
You just voted your ignorance.
All right, please be quiet. I understand that. Please be quiet.
That was the scene after the Flagler County School Board voted 3-2 not to renew the contract of Superintendent Kathy Middlestat when it expires in June. The decision was made at a special meeting yesterday despite an outpouring of public support for Middlestat. 32 people spoke at the meeting, with 30 supporting the renewal of the contract or its extension. One of those who spoke, former Flagler County School Board member Trevor Tucker.
Don't let this decision, one way or the other, divide this board any more than it already is, okay? So whatever happens, please come united for the students and for the benefit of all of the kids in Flagler County.
Board members Will Furry, Christy Chung, and Sally Hunt voted against renewing the contract, citing their independent reviews of the superintendent and the need to find a new leader for Flagler schools. Board member Christy Chung.
There has not been stability in our district. We've had a lot of turnover and staff changes. 3 assistant superintendents, 3 HR directors, 3 ESC directors, 3 directors of curriculum, 3 principals at Wadsworth, 3 FBC principals. I will note that one of them passed away. 2 principals at Matanzas, 2 principals at Oaks, and 2 at Rimfire. And I do think that turnover says a lot.
School board member Colleen Conklin spoke in favor of extending or renewing Middlestat's contract.
I have worked with a tremendous number of superintendents over the years. And I will say, I have never seen anyone stay so focused on student achievement and not allow her team to get distracted with the noise, but to remain focused on student achievement and just beat that drum of elevating excellence. She never swayed from that. That's impressive. I have no doubt that when the grades come out, we're probably going to be an A district, and we're going to have let one of the best superintendents we've ever had slip through our fingers.
The board did not discuss who might replace Middlestat, but will discuss succession at a workshop on April 18th. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
Over the weekend, our deputies continued to be busy with answering over 800 calls for service and conducting over 150 traffic stops.
Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley says several people wound up in handcuffs. Staley says Jaquavis Clayton, who was a fugitive wanted in Orange County, was arrested on charges of grand theft stemming from a robbery at the Savage Smoke Shop on Palm Coast Parkway Northwest Friday.
One subject decided to go into a store and steal the entire cash register and flee in a vehicle. Due to the good descriptions of witnesses and the victim, deputies spotted the vehicle and using stop sticks flattened the tires before trying to stop the vehicle. They could safely bring this person into custody. They also recovered all the cash and the cash register that the individual had stolen.
Police also arrested 2 men, Andrew Mintz and Eric Guzman Sarmiento, in connection with separate incidents on charges of reckless driving and fleeing and eluding.
2 other people tried to run from deputies, which we did not pursue, but one crashed in Flagler Beach, and the other one, witnesses told our deputies where he went, and so both went to jail, so they never really got away.
From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
A Bunnell man is accused of exposing himself.
Police Chief David Brandon says it happened in an office where clients can walk through.
One of those clients was seated in a chair behind the victim, and then she started to hear him make some moaning noises, and that caused her some alarm. She looked up at a screen that had the display of their video cameras that are throughout their property at their business, including the office they were sitting in, and she could see that he had actually exposed himself. She then got up and just abruptly left the room, saying out loud that she needed to go make a phone call.
The victim called her supervisor, who then called police. Brandon says it's important to report any sexual crime.
If you've been a victim of an offense that hasn't been addressed, we encourage you to reach out to your local law enforcement agency so that the person responsible can be held accountable for what they've done.
The suspect was jailed without bond. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.